Alright, welcome back everyone. Garland here, bringing you another Neverwinter video. I just wanted to toss a quick video together, wrapping up the Summer Festival and the Sahha Ticket Ball event, and overall, just general thoughts on the event overall. Let's just take a look here at my volley count. I did end up getting almost 32,000 volleys, which is pretty hardcore. Some of my guild mates were actually around 180,000 volleys, 190,000 volleys, over 200,000 volleys. Those are people with just serious amounts of money laying around that they're able to do that. I did sink a bit of money into the game, whether it be out of my wallet or my AD fund or whatever you want to say. But I got up to about almost 32k volleys, which yielded me 293 Mithral tickets overall. I did have 47 that I already turned in at the beginning of the event. So that brings the total to 340 Mithral tickets on my main. As you can see, a little over 2,000 silver tickets, 3,500 copper tickets. So overall, not a bad haul. For the amount of money that I invested, I doubt I'm going to get nearly any return back. I also turned in 95 Mithral tickets on my cleric alt, so that would bring our grand total to 435 Mithral tickets for the event. I'm going to turn in these 293 Mithral tickets remotely quickly, just to see if we do happen to pull a legendary. I am going for a legendary. So we're going to see what happens, I guess. And here we go. You want to pay attention to the right hand of the screen. If nothing shows up, that means I got the trade bars. If I get the silver tickets, then I get the silver tickets. Really would like to see a legendary pop. Out of the group that I was doing it in, it looked like someone had turned in over 300. Did not get a legendary pull. I'm pretty upset overall with the event and with the outcome of this. I think RNG for this event is an absolute disgrace and an absolute joke. If you're going to expect people to sink money into your game, you better show some kind of return. A raffle system on this kind of event, yeah, that's a little absurd, especially with the low drop rate as low as it is. No offense to Cryptic or Arc or Perfect World or whatever company is actually running this game these days, but you need to stop being money hungry. You need to start showing your players some sort of return. Now, I understand the fact that, you know, a legendary mount is the best mount you can get in the game, therefore you don't want everyone running around with a legendary, and that's understandable. However, for those hardcore players that do sink either money out of their own wallets in, or if they're farming it with AD and everything, you need to show some kind of return. There has to be some kind of reward at the end. My suggestion for next year is don't do some kind of raffle. Just flat out say, if you save up 300 Mithral tickets, you're able to turn it into a legendary mount. Even if the mount comes bound, I would gladly turn in 300 Mithral tickets for a bound legendary, choosing of my choice, of course. Like, I would get to pick which legendary mount I want. But if I have 300 Mithral tickets, I should be able just to turn those tickets in for a mount itself. I do think the raffle is an absolute joke. An everyday casual player is not going to get nowhere near the numbers that I got, or some of even the hardcore players that are beyond me. Like I said, some of my guild mates were over 200,000 volleys. I mean, you have to show some kind of reward system, not just a raffle. So my overall feelings for the event are pretty negative, to say the least. The event lasted about 30 days. I'm actually recording this video on a Thursday. They just announced that, you know, they're actually extending the event till Monday. I'm assuming they want to make more money from the Zen for the balls being on sale in the Zen market. But as a business aspect, you know, I completely understand, you know, the company does need to make money. However, if you're gonna basically shit on your players as it is and not reward them, you're going to lose your player base eventually. You know, the player base has already decreased over the past year. There's no doubt about that. And with the launch of PS4, yes, you're getting a new influx of players because you're releasing on a new platform. But you have to look long term. How long term before those PS4 users actually do see, you know, all the flaws with the game, and they're either going to decide to play it or not play it. Especially long term players, they're going to see all the, you know, the negative points about the game, and they're not going to be as interested as what you have on PC and Xbox. At least what's left of us. I don't imagine there's very more hardcore players out there spending money on the game. As you can see, we're cruising through these Mithral tickets. We're down to 170 already. Still haven't pulled a legendary. I would assume that we're not even going to pull a legendary out of these at all, which is really upsetting. I sunk pretty much my whole bankroll into this event because I really do need a legendary. I've mentioned it in previous videos before. But hey, it is what it is. I guess I'll just farm again and hopefully get my bankroll back. I mean, I'm going to end up with a lot of silver tickets here. I'm going to obviously buy the Jadeite, stockpile a bunch of that, wait for a double, and sell out on those. Alright, we're down to 150 already, still no legendaries. I also just wanted to mention, with Mod 10 coming up, I did see some early preview access to the new dungeon. The new dungeon that's going to be, I guess, a sort of like a 4-tier dungeon. It's going to be one dungeon, but you're going to need, I guess, 3 epic keys, because there's going to be 3 chances for loot. And from my understanding, it's going to be really, really hard. Well, I'm not going to spend an hour or 2 in a dungeon if it's going to be that hard and not get rewarded for it. A lot of players aren't going to do that. Simple as that. Hopefully there's some kind of new loot system. Hopefully it's not pure RNG, because that's just going to be upsetting. Like I said, no one's going to spend 2 hours in a dungeon for a 0.001% loot chance. There's a difference in farming and grinding and not getting rewarded. I don't mind sinking 10 hours into a game as long as I'm getting rewarded for it, but if I'm going to sink and put all that time into a game and I don't have anything to show for it, then there's no point in playing that game anymore. As you can see, we're coming up to about 100. I am getting a lot of silver tickets, which, like I said, I'm going to be turning that into Jadeite. Hopefully I'll be able to get some of my money back. I probably sunk, I don't know, 10 to 15 million AD overall, and then I'd say a good bit of actual money out of my wallet as well. So I doubt I will profit overall, but if I can at least get as close to breaking even, then maybe I won't be as sour. But I'm sorry for the negative video, but I mean, it is what it is. I want to get the information out there. I mean, if I can show some people that this is how it works, then hey, this is how it works. Unfortunately, it is RNG. I mean, you could get 10 Mithral tickets and pull a legendary mount. You know, it's pure luck. It's if you're luck of the draw. But I'm not too fond of gambling. Like I said, hopefully for next year they redo this. Like I said, just have the Mithral tickets. If you have X amount, then you're able to trade it in for a mount. It's simple as that. You need to reward the player base for the time and effort that they do put into the game. Because let's face it, if you have a bunch of unhappy customers, guess what? They're no longer customers. Simple as that. That's marketing 101. I do marketing for a living. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about here. And let's see, we're coming up to the last 50 here. Not looking good, folks. Not looking good. Yeah, like I said, this is pretty sad. This is pretty sad overall here. All the time, just the sheer fact and the time that it took me to get those volleys. We're talking probably 6 hours for 5 people in a group of just beating the shit out of some balls over and over and over again. That's a lot of time invested just to even get the volleys, let alone the Mithral tickets. And we're down to the last 25. Apparently my luck is just that bad. I seriously can't believe I didn't pull one single legendary out of that, whatever I said, 435 total between 2 characters. That's a shame. Last 10, here we go. And the last one, and there you go, folks. Not one single legendary pull. Nope. Not one single legendary pull. That is outrageous. I did gain another almost 1,200 silver tickets out of that, so that'll get me a good bit of Jadeite, but basically I'm just turning that Jadeite back into AD, so the only thing I needed out of this entire event was a legendary mount, and I was unable to get one. That is beyond sad. It really is. I'm really disgusted with that. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to play the game. I do like the game. However, don't expect me to donate any money to the company anymore. I mean, hopefully, Cryptic, you do see this. Someone does see this video, and maybe you can adjust the event for next year if I'm still playing by next year. That's going to be it, guys. We're going to wrap it up there. We're a little over 10 minutes already into this video. I just wanted to toss it quickly together. So you guys keep grinding, have some fun. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that, so that way you get notified when I do upload a new video. I don't have a static release date per se. I just make the videos as I go and as I see fit. So, alright guys, take it easy.